to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. I just get carried away. Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind.
Onto the semi-final we go. Onto the semi-final we go, guys. Job done. Finally. It was not easy. They made us suffer right until the end. My God, they made us suffer right until the end. Oh, Fata Inter. Need to recover my breath. That's what I was a couple minutes late. I'm just trying to gather my breath back from that ending, keeping us right on the edge of our seat right until the end. Bayern tried their best on the night, drew to us. So, Bayern did well, but the result that takes us through is last week's amazing 2-1 win at the Allianz Arena. 2-2 today. That was my prediction. I predicted a 1-1 or a 2-2. I just knew it. There was no way we were going to keep a clean sheet. There was no way Bayern were going to put on the big guns. Koeman, Gnabry at the end, Muller, Kane on all at the same time with Olise. But we held on, even though we were tired, even though we were knackered. And it was Benji, Pavard, and Capitano, Lautaro Martinez taking us through to the next round with 2 massive goals. And Benji Pavard, finally, every single one of us has predicted this goal, isn't it? Like, surely we've been waiting almost 2 years for a goal from this guy. Surely the first one is going to come against Bayern in this crucial quarterfinal of Champions League. And they actually did. Wow. They actually came. What a performance from the boys out there. Not our best performance. We'll get into it, all the analysis and everything, but it wasn't the greatest performance. But guys, do we care? Does this face looks like it cares? No, not one bit. We do not care one bit about that performance. It got the job done. Wherever we did out there, it got the job done. Even with Taremi coming on the pitch, it got the job done. Even with Lautaro and Bastoni coming off the pitch, it got the job done. It does not matter how it looked, especially the last 20 minutes or so. It got the job done. And now we go on to the next round, into the semi-final, where the dream continues against this young, energetic, high line, high pressing, Hansi Flick Barcelona. But of course, we'll have plenty of time to discuss that when we get to that. But you guys, before we get into everything, you guys know what to do. You know what to do. Leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up for these boys. Leave a thumbs up for Lautaro. Leave a thumbs up for this Benji Pavard first goal. Leave a thumbs up for Simone Inzaghi taking Inter once again to a Champions League semi-final. And leave a thumbs up to Beppe Marotta, who built this team. And shouts out to the San Siro, to the Meazza crowd as well. Fantastic performance from everyone. And to all you guys who supported as well. We deserve this. We deserve this. And this is how the bracket looks right now. Oh, on the other side, I actually didn't check the Arsenal score. Arsenal beating Real Madrid even away at the Bernabeu. Ooh, remontada. Ooh, the aura. The Real Madrid aura. Nah, brother. Give it up. Give it up. It's over. It's over, bro. Stop the aura farming. You ain't got the juice anymore. So it's still going to be Arsenal PSG on the other side, Barcelona Inter on the other side on April 29th, as it says here, and then the final May 31st. Are we getting there, guys? Are you starting to believe in that again? I mean, I know some of you believed it for a long time. I've been, of course, I love the Champions League. I want to get as far in the Champions League, but you guys know me. My focus is always like, I don't want to lose that Scudetto, but we've said it since the start of the season. It's clear. these guys, the guys that we watched play out there, they want to win the Champions League. Everything we've heard from within the dressing room, the leaks within the dressing room are saying these guys, they've won the Scudetto last year. They actually want to. They think they can win the Champions League. They want to win the Champions League, and I think it looks like they will try right until the last moment to get to another final and this time bring it home. And can I blame them? No, I cannot blame them. That is the dream of every footballer when you play in Europe. Champions League is the goal of every single footballer. Champions League trumps Scudetto every day of the season in terms of prestige, in terms of honor, in terms of ranking, especially for these guys who've already won it now. For us fans, yes, we added the second star. We want to continue you want to get that 21st Scudetto, but they were so knackered out there, guys. Can the guys do it on 3 competitions? Can they do it on 3 competitions? I don't know, guys. These guys were finished out there. They were dusted. Lautaro was basically had to be lifted off the pitch. Thuram was barely moving by the end of the game. Barella, Mkhitaryan, Bastoni had cramps. Darmian was like a corpse out there right at the end. We're still in 3 competitions. We're still there. But we're just about alive, guys. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, okay. Sorry. Enough ranting and stuff from me. Oh, my goodness. It's not been Veto. It's not been Veto. The big ass donation that I have to give. I just seen it. Lucas Kinsel, mein Bruder. The Germans have come through. Bro, what a night to celebrate. Once again, thanks for consistently going live again and extending my happiness for 1 more hour after every single game with your streams. No, thank you, Lucas. The e-com PPC, or I don't know what you do, digital marketing guru that you are. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your support. And every single one of you out there that supports the channel, not just this team, but this channel specifically. I really, really do appreciate you. And Lucas, my guy, that is massive. I really, really do appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. That is way too much. I'm here just to share my love and passion for the team, to give you guys also the opportunity to give us your thoughts and feelings and opinions on everything. So I'm going to try my best as always to go through all the comments. But Lucas, you the MVP. You the MVP tonight. But we cannot forget Eduardo as well, who always, almost every single stream that he's on, always gives his little donation that I always appreciate, whether it's 2 cents or 1.99 or 50 euros. I appreciate every single cent. And even if it's just a thumbs up or a comment or just you watching, I appreciate every single one, guys. Honestly, I do not differentiate from all the support that you guys give. Really, really appreciate it. It keeps me going. And then, oh, there's another one as well. There is a Language Tours. He's gifted 5 memberships. That's amazing support as well. Thank you, brother. I really, really appreciate it. The Aslani, #1 Aslani hater in the world. He didn't get to see Aslani today, so he's happy. He's the happiest he's ever been. And Filippo as well. Thank you very much, brother. Let's go. That was so intense. I agree, man. So intense. So intense. Hope you're doing well, Filippo, man. Haven't seen you in the comment section for a little while. Keep a track. I'll keep a track. Thank you as well, Ridwan. 1 match at a time. Let's enjoy this moment and the Champions League money, of course. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That Champions League money is going to come good, guys, in this summer. You can already tell. You can already tell. Oak Tree, we are financially set a little bit better than where we have to be in the past. We are going to spend more money than usual, maybe less on salaries, but it's going to be a more interesting summer than last year for sure. And the more we go in further in the Champions League, of course, that Club World Cup, we're going to have a very, very interesting summer as well. Welcome, Mesto, to the membership as well. Massive win, Gabri. Yes, good morning to you all the way down in Aussie land. For Serie A, game away at Bologna. Yeah, I mean, that game, like, you cannot, surely you can't start with Lautaro and Thuram, because those two were absolutely knackered by the end of the game. There is no way they can start. Hey, look at who's here. My guy, Antonio. Ole, ole, ole. He's wearing the kit.
It was my sister's birthday last night, and just before I went out to dinner, I just felt it, like I opened up my closet door you know, in those movies where like a ray of like yellow sunshine just like opens up and it's all like scripted and directed. I'm like, yeah, something's speaking to me here, and I chucked it on, and then I woke up this morning and I chucked it back on, and I'm just, it hasn't sunk in yet that we're at the semi-final stage. I mean, going through to the next round, like it happens, especially in this day and age where you're playing round of 32s, extra legs, extra competitions everywhere. But Final Four, Zio, semi-finals, the stuff of dreams, the stuff that you write down at the start of the season and go, if it happens, good. If not, I'm not fast. But we're there, bro. We're there in the semi-finals.
We're there, and it's those guys again. It's those guys again, Barcelona, man. I think if there's a club out there that we have a rivalry with, especially in Champions League, it's definitely Barcelona, isn't it?
It's going to be great, bro. This is their first chance at real revenge since that famous night with the sprinklers. Like, you can't compare group stage matches to what we're about to go through right here, right now. This is going to be dirty. And I don't trust the social media side of things either. Like, you think that the Inter-Arsenal build-up hype was bad? Woo! This is going to get gory. This is going to get bloody. And I am here for it, bro. I cannot stand these Barca fans, bro, and I cannot stand Barcelona. I am shit scared of their players. They've got an incredible side, but so do we, for completely different reasons a lot of the time, but so do we, brother.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Anthony actually does really hate Barcelona. Mattia was on holiday a few weeks ago, and then what Mattia did was he went to the Camp Nou, took a picture with a Barcelona shirt and sent it to Anthony just to ruin his day.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe like he would send it to me, of all things. Like, fair enough, you got to go and check out the sites, even if you don't like the team and they're a big team. But to rub it in my face like that, like my Belgrade brother, he has no shame whatsoever with his big Serbian mafia tattoo on his back.
Yeah.
I can't wait to speak to him. I cannot wait to speak to him after this. I haven't spoken to him since the result yet. He's probably belling up my inbox, but I cannot wait to speak to him.
Let's link up. Let's try to do a big trio link up for the preview of that one. I think we deserve.
Yeah,
people deserve that. But yeah, no, sure. that game. I mean, let's focus on today's game. Anthony, did you watch it? I know it's early out there for you.
Early, bro. 5 o'clock. At the moment, because we dialed back our clocks a week ago, so it's daylight savings, like the temperatures dropped by 5 degrees. The sun is still asleep. It's not waking up at 5 o'clock, it's still asleep. That was really tough to wake up for this morning. I missed the first 18 to 19 minutes. Yeah. Saw the last 20 minutes of the first half a bit blurry, but saw every second of the second half. I couldn't turn my eyes away from it because usually, you know, I'm shit scared. And against Bologna, even if I do watch the game, I'll probably spend 20 minutes with my eyes locked to the screen, 70 minutes doing other things. But I don't know what it was today, Zio. I loved us. I thought that we executed our game plan extremely well. We knew we weren't going to play front foot football, but guess what? When it actually came to it, we did put our front foot forward the same way we did after they scored the goal in the first leg. I didn't expect us to get one back so quickly tonight, and we went and got two. Benji Pavard celebrated like he used to play for Dortmund, for God's sake. That was incredible. He's been waiting a year and a half to score a proper goal. I don't think any of us count that goal against Juve as his. It went down as an own goal. We all know that, you know, he was the last man to threaten the goal before it went in. But that, for me, is the reawakening of Benji Pavard. And that's not to say he's been poor. He's just been flirting with a level that we have wanted. He's never been poor. He's never been below a 6 out of 10, but he's never been above a 9. Maybe we've got an opportunity now this season to rebirth this guy, and next season he becomes the colossus that we need. I know he's getting on in his years, but our age is really just a number to defenders of his quality. Anyway, that second goal goes in, and it's a very weird characteristic of mine, Zio. I was convinced we were going to the semi-final. I was convinced we were going to the semi-final, man. Even at 2-2, when Dyer puts that goal in, I just looked at it and went, okay, no, we're good. We are good. We can do this. We're going to do this. Group of boys are bathing in a different tub of gravy in the Champions League. They really are, bro. Yeah. My voice hurts.
No, man. What do you mean? Yeah, as you said, like, Harry Kane scores that going, like, oh, fuck. These guys, are they going to bottle it again? But as you said, Capitano, Lautaro, a few minutes later, another epic picture, another one of those that you need to hang up on your room wall.
Oh, that's tattoo piece material. If you end up winning the Champions League, you can get that as a piece somewhere. That is just beautiful. Look at that, bro. The king in his domain.
Literally, bro. And then, as you said afterwards, I mean, there was, oh, do you see the one Darmian got cleared off the line? How good would have that been, Darmian go?
Yeah, bro. I actually think he was really good tonight, man. I think that he played his role very, very well. I know that his opportunities to threaten going forward aren't usually there, but that's not the game plan that we were at for tonight.
Yeah.
Someone might even argue that if they were both 100% fit, Inzaghi would have flirted with the idea of starting Darmian over Dumfries anyway. Maybe not this season, where I think the golfing quality really has started to maximize a little bit. And Denzel in the Champions League, athletic, the sort of player that you want.
Yeah.
But we weren't chasing a goal. But it didn't mean we didn't go for it. I don't know. I just saw a really sexy Inter tonight. And yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, we were never going to go full throttle. But that's the way you play Champions League football.
Yeah.
That's the way you play Champions League football.
Oh, apparently Bayern players are being extra salty in the match interviews. I'm going to have to check them out.
Extra salty. That's okay. Their pretzels have got plenty of salt in them, and they'll be getting plenty of them when they get back home. They have a very high in sodium diet. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the male waistlines over there. So sodium will not be an issue getting back into Munchen.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of sodium.
So happy.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
I mean, how good, like the Benji Pavard, like we've been predicting, like every game is like, surely this is going to be his game where he gets to go, surely this one. And everyone was saying it for the Bayern, and the fact that he actually got it. And then he dunked on Kim for the goal as well. I mean, that's just extra.
Bro, he didn't just dunk on him. Like, it looks like he gets the header off when his body isn't even overkill. Like, that's just a gap in quality and footballing IQ right there, man. From a positioning perspective, from a finishing perspective, that header pierced the hole in the back of the net, man. It was so good.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I at the beginning of the season, especially, I was, with Lautaro, you look at his Champions League record, it's very patchy. It's very disappointing when you look back at it. There are some big moments and some big goals in it, but this season, Anthony, this is the Lautaro that we've been wanting in the Champions League. Like, this guy is stepping up in the big moments, and he's also stat padded, like that Monaco game when he got the chance to stat pad, he did that. But now the big goals, because I was expecting more from Thuram, to be honest, and he's not really delivered in these two games. And it's been Lautaro, even though you can tell he's absolutely finished, he's knackered, but he's the one
bro. He had nothing left when he came off today, and you could tell, like, the way he walked off and the way he hugged Inzaghi. I'm like, bro, once you hit the seat, you're not getting up for the next hour. Like, he was gassed, bro. There was nothing left in those muscle fibers.
Yeah, no, the guy, he leads by example. Like, in the first half, we were okay first, like 20, 25 minutes. But Lautaro, I would say, was the best player in the first half. The only one that was really trying, really on his, like, Barella was like man of the match last match, but today, big drop off from Barella. But at least there was a few, as you said, Darmian kept Zane quiet. Zane didn't do anything. On the other side, Di Marco maybe wasn't so good. But in the end, he delivered the corner for where actually, when you think about it, Anthony, he scored off 2 corners actually.
Yeah. Proper set piece FC tonight, boys, and yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it any way that we can. Do you think, I've got to ask you, do you think that was a penalty on Thuram at the start of the second half? Do you think it should have at least been looked at?
Yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't looked at. And then even the second one as well, the one, I've got the screenshot here. Lima just literally runs into the back of him. Like, it was on a counter-attack. And Thuram did like this fake shot. Then he tries to get it back onto his right foot. And Lima just comes from behind, just barges him down and nothing. Yeah, like, I was confused, to be honest.
Yeah, I was confused as well, but all is well that ends well. Big up the chat. Lots of people here, lots of happy people, maybe a few salty people watching in the background. And I don't even mean schnitzel faces. I mean air conditioners. I mean other guys coming at you from where you'd rather be, boys. Always remember that.
To be honest, I've seen a lot of support from even like in my comments. I've even seen Juventini. Like, there was a Juventino today that said, "I hope you guys beat."
Believe it or not, like, behind the scenes in some of the more intimate chats I have with some, real friends, real Australian Juventini, a couple of them did say to me, "Please go and kick their asses," and I mean that with everything in our body. I think that some of those of us from our generation and beyond, a little bit older, deep down, they know the value of what Italy really needs, and what we really need is to stand on top of European football one more time. Because if we don't do it this season, Zio, it's not going to happen again for another decade or two, because we are a weak league, and respective to how the other leagues are growing, we don't have the trajectory that they do either.
No.
We're trying to make Italian football great again here, son.
Yeah, we're trying, but the league's not trying, but we're trying. The fans are trying their hardest. Oh man.
Facts.
If only we were. Imagine we were making this content back in, like, let's say we were Italy, like Serie A, was it like in the mid 2000s or like 90s? Like, imagine the size of this. We would be like would we be the Premier League? Would we be the Premtards, Anthony? Would be the equivalent of them?
Well, that depends, because to be a Premtard, you need to blindly think that your league is the most dominant from a tactical, technical, every perspective, which it's not. It's actually not. You're very superior in many aspects, but you're not. But back then, if we were doing it back in the glory days, you couldn't have called us Serie A tards, because we just had the backing of everything. You know, every season or 2 seasons, 3 out of the 4 finalists were Italian. You can't call a league with the likes of Maldini, Nesta, R9, Zanetti, Del Piero, that sort of stuff. It was a different. I think this is our biggest disappointment. Like, have you ever seen a fall from grace as far as Italian football in terms of competitive sport? Like, it's quite disgusting. It's really, really bad, man. You know, generations of non-Italian fans supporting Italian sides, you know, you included. I know you spent a lot of time in Italy, but you know, you don't have Italian blood, and here you are putting your face in front of a camera for an Italian team almost more than anything else you do in the world besides your personal life and your professional job. But you're not exactly going to go out into the street in London or anywhere in America or anywhere in Australia unless you come from an Italian family and pick out someone in an Inter shirt or a Milan shirt. And yeah, there might have been a few Juve shirts, but I guarantee you when they all turn around, they all have the number 7 and Ronaldo on the back as well. So it's a different time now, bro.
It is. But anyway, back to the game, Anthony, man. Let's get into some of the players, some of the stats and stuff. Any shout out for the man of the match? I mean, Stanislav says Lautaro, clear man of the match. I find it hard to argue with him. What does the chat say? Because, yeah, Lautaro, honestly, leading by example. Benji Pavard deserves a shout because he had a massive block, Benji Pavard. You probably missed it because it was that at the beginning of the game, Anto. Let me show you. So Elise cuts in and Benji Pavard, look at that for a block. I think that was flying in one corner.
Yeah, that is nice. That is very, very nice. I think it has to go down to one of the goal scorers. But in a game where you concede 2 goals, you're probably more inclined to not give it to a defender. I just think, like you said, Lautaro scored the goal. He led by example. Yeah, he might not have produced so much on the ball outside of the goal tonight, but that our captain and his mentality got us through in this game, not just for the 90 minutes, in the build-up, in the training this week. Like, you know, these sort of games are a reflection because attitude reflects leadership, in my opinion. And today the attitude was fantastic, which means the leadership was pristine. So I give it to Lautaro every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see Stanis? Yeah, he pushed our ball boy and then it started a whole...
I did see that. I thought that was hilarious for many reasons. 1, the ball boy, how he tucks the ball behind, and then 2, how he pushes him, and 3, bro, I've got sturdier wicker baskets sitting in my laundry than the seats that those ball boys sit on at that stadium, bro. Like, that's an absolute joke. A bad wind would have blown that ball boy off that seat.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's hilarious. Oh, wow. Lautaro completed the most dribbles today in the match. I mean, yeah, that's one thing we also criticize Lautaro a lot for, because he's supposed to be, you know, this kind of Argentinian seconda punta with a bit of dribbling, but he hardly ever shows it. But today he was on it. He was on it today. He was dribbling past players for fun. Most foul player, most dribbles. Look at that, 13 duels, Anthony. 13 duels he won.
Incredible. He was that good. He was that good, bro. Like, oh man, I'm just buzzing, bro. I'm buzzing. We're in the semi-finals of the Champions League. It hasn't sunk in properly yet. And I want to make sure that all the fans know you need to take a little bit of time to enjoy this, because we have a very tough schedule coming up, to the point where I'm not even going to detail it. So make sure that you enjoy every single moment out of this day. Just for the record, brother, when is the next game in the Champions League? When is the semi-final?
Of April. Yeah, Tuesday, April 29, and then the return leg Tuesday, May 6th.
Tuesday, April 29,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the return
viewers
date
get
is
it
May
Wednesday.
6th. Yeah, that's going to be. We are very congested at that point already. Like this falls right into the second leg of the Coppa Italia, doesn't it? Right, both legs at either side.
Oh, for God's sake, does it?
I'm like 90% sure, which is almost devastating.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, put in Serie A fixtures. Need to put into fixtures. So 20. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's updated already on Google. So yeah. So we play Milan on the 23rd, and we play Roma. What? How does this make sense? They're gonna have to move that Roma game, surely.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone told you, but I had a chat with Mattia, and I was on my channel maybe about 4 weeks ago, and I said Marotta's already pulled some sort of ace out of his sleeve if we get through in the quarterfinals. There is no way we will play a list like that. There has to be some sort of card he can pull that moves either the second leg or the Roma game. There has to be a loophole. I'm not here to hear about, oh, you can't change the calendar at this point of the year. Piss the F off. I know other leagues do it. I know other leagues do it all the time. Feyenoord is not the first team in the world to do what they did this year. A lot of countries do it. A lot of countries do it. Whether or not Marotta's going to try something, I can't guarantee, but I'll be surprised if he doesn't, man.
Yeah, Stefan and Matteo are saying that the post-Easter fixtures haven't been fully confirmed yet, so that's good. So yeah, I think that Marotta League, it will be in action soon.
Do you think it's possible that getting through this game got us over a sort of major hurdle in terms of the calendar? Like the calendar still looks disgusting, don't get me wrong, but after going through this now, we can almost go back to the drawing board and reprioritize a couple of things, because every game is a must win from here on in. But you're still going to have to make tough decisions. You can't just blindly throw players onto a pitch now. It's going to be very tough, man. Like that trip to Bologna is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we've got such a difficult April. That's the issue. No, the answer to your question.
We're already halfway through. Like we're halfway through the April schedule that was meant to scare the shit out of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Mesto says check Barca there. Let's see what the Barca fixtures are like at the moment. So, oh, for God's sake. Oh, wait, no. Oh, they got the Copa del Rey final right before us. Okay, that's all right. That's not bad. That's a good. I mean, they play Saturday, so hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, if they play Saturday, we play Saturday. But yeah, look at that, Anthony, having a Barcelona Real Madrid El Clasico right before our game.
Good. Very, 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 very good. Very good. I love to see that. I'm sure
Real Madrid will be hungry for that one after they got their asses handed to them by Arsenal. Did you expect that, by the way, the Arsenal easing past Real Madrid?
I think I'll need to go back and watch the game, because I know that they only scored a goal, but I'm not going to sit here and believe that Madrid didn't throw the kitchen sink and, you know, the fridge and the cutlery at them. So
I saw this in the first half. Arsenal missed the penalty as well.
Maybe Arsenal just defended really, really well. I mean, like I know that I know they've defended really well this season, but that's probably their biggest scalp. That's their biggest result of the season, man. Being able to hold Madrid, because this was tonight at the Bernabeu. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, tonight was Bernabeu.
There you go. They went to the Bernabeu and they didn't lose. That's fantastic.
EPL take a week off when they play Carabao and FA Cup. Yeah, well, that's because they have the extra that Caribbean Cup. No one else plays that. That's the extra trophy that they've added. But it's true, Bruno. Yeah, they play. I hope you're doing well, Bruno. By the way, they do play. They take like a week off to play that. But then the fixture congestion in EPL is way worse. Way worse.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Bruno, I'll call you this morning, probably like after about 9:30.
Yeah. Are you going live, by the way, after me?
Yeah, I'm going to do a live in about 15 minutes, but it's only going to be a really short one and just like recap some of the things that, you know, you've spoken about, what Mo spoke about as well. So yeah, for anybody that wants to stick around, in about 10, 15 minutes, I'll go live on Inter Worldwide just for a really short one.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's finish up what we were talking about in terms of players. So yeah, as I said, I wasn't too impressed with DiMarco, to be honest. He got the assist for the corner. But there's one thing, Anthony, I know we've spoken about it many times, me and you, and I think most Inter fans speak about this. DiMarco, when he defends, he's always backing off, man. Like he pisses me off so much when he defends. And today he was doing it so much against Olise, against anyone. And on the Kane goal, it was the usual defending, as I've put there. He just backs off, lets Kane shoot, goes through his legs, 1-0. And yeah, I wasn't very impressed with Di Marco. I was in some way, is Carlos Augusto gaining on Di Marco now, Anthony?
Big time. I think so. When he hung off a bit there, like we know that this isn't his strong point, but that was just it was very weak, bro. It was very weak to the point where all of us saw it and just went, Jesus Christ, man. That really is your biggest limitation as a footballer in respective to the position that you actually play on the pitch. As I said to Mo, I think a big reason why I didn't feel so anxious at the end of this game is when I saw Augusto warming up, I actually felt a massive jolt of confidence, to be honest, when I saw him warming up. Even when Dyer scored the second goal, something inside of me was just saying, no, I think the boys have got this, to be honest. I think that we've got this. And we did. We did like this. DeMarco was very disappointing. And I think that now you are actually going to see Augusto replace him a lot more next season. It's not going to be this whole, okay, DeMarco is fit, he gets the nod no matter what. It really is going to be, all right, now you're both sort of on each other's back in terms of being in the pecking order. It all depends who trains hardest, who's based on form, who puts in the most. And that's great, because next season, I want to have those luxuries of having two starters. Again, there's going to be some reshuffling, man. We're going to save a fair bit of wage cap by getting a few players off the books, but we're going to need some new players in, meaning it's going to take longer to adjust, meaning the centerpieces of the side at the moment going forward need to be even better. I know that we've got an aging squad on paper, but once a few of these players leave in the off-season, fans need to get excited over the fact that the new core, the new veterans, the new old guys are not old at all. The new leaders, the new Acerbis, the new Damians, the new Mkhitaryan's are Barella, are Bastoni, are Di Marco, are Lautaro, are Thuram, are Hakan, are Dumfries. These are not old players. These are players who could stay here for 5 years each more, which means those background players like Aslani, like Augusto, like Bisek, like Fratesi, you guys have a real chance to impress Inzaghi next season, and all you need to do is step it up that little bit more. We don't have to have open heart surgery like our rivals. We don't need to go to the market and pick 4 or 5 players to come in. We do need 4 or 5 players, but we don't need to go there with every eyeball and go, shit, all right, make or break market. No, it's not a make or break market. If we know that the players like the Aslanis, like the Fratesis, those like the Augustos and the Biseks, if they're ready to up it another tier next season, they're going to start creating problems for those starters on the pitch. Not your Barellas and your Bastonis, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't actually think Hakan is 100% locked to be here next season. In fact, gun to my head, if we actually do win one of the major pieces of silverware, gun to my head, $30 million or more offer, thank you, but it's time for him to go, and we'll need to replace him properly. Think that we're in a very advantageous position, Zeal, provided we win something important this season. It actually does come down to winning something important. You have to win the Scudetto, or you have to win the Champions League. Otherwise, morale is lost. Otherwise, this group of players goes into next season quite upset, and you don't want that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Very good point. Speaking of next season, Mkhitaryan said the season has been so tiring, he's thinking of maybe he might even hang up his boots at the end of the season, but it did not look like it today, Anthony. This guy was non-stop for the whole game. He completed the full 96 minutes. Wasn't the most accurate with his passing, as you can see, but he was on it, like off the ball, battling. Yes, maybe he didn't win all his battles and everything, but like he was really one of the better players out there today, Mkhitaryan, and not showing 36 years of age. Like if he keeps playing like this, I think he's once again, Anthony, going to be a starter next year, because Zielinski has shown flashes here and there, but I don't think he's actually shown that he can take over from Mkhitaryan.
Bro, Zielinski's on 4.5 million bags a season. That's a problem. That's a problem for a non-starter now going into next season. I'm sorry, but like once I double-checked that wage and confirmed it, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. I was just thinking to myself, oh, damn, that's really, really shit, to be honest. That's really shit. And you can't be on that sort of money going forward. Sorry.
That's the Marotta, you know, is the sword that you live by or die by.
I
You
know.
know, it's
I know.
transfers. In a way, they're cheap, but then they're also not cheap. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did reject the Saudi offer to come to Inter. So if it comes again in the summer, maybe it's not Hakan. Maybe the sacrificed one is Zielinski, and Mkhitaryan continues for another year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't see I don't see Mkhitaryan leaving, bro. I really don't.
Oh wait, sorry, Anthony. I forgot to actually give a shout out to my brother here, who gave a donation. Alhamdulillah, we're winning it. They couldn't do it any other way. Pazza Inter. So thank you very much, Mshwar06. Never seen you before on the channel, but really appreciate that donation, brother.
Big up M Schwa, bro. But hey, man, that could have been more Patsa. Like if you know Inter very well, like that, I would give that on the Patsa Richter scale. I would give that a 5.8 out of 10, a 6.1 out of 10. We have had some much tougher days.
Yeah, and people are scared of the Di Marco versus Yamal potential matchup and thinking about it. I'm starting Augusto for that one.
Me too, bro. Me too. I think you definitely need to start Augusto, especially for the first leg, because as we saw against Dortmund, Barcelona don't really need to be great across two legs. Like that wasn't a 4-0 game to me in Barcelona, but it ended 4-0, and that's why, you know, Dortmund, who played amazing, beyond amazing football yesterday, fell well short, even though on paper they won the game 4-2.
Bruno with the donation as well, brother. Thank you very much. Is everything good with Bruno now? Like, you know, all the house stuff and everything. Is he back in order and everything now?
Yeah, bro. He's back to killing it at life in the only way that he can. He's an absolute top G, bro.
Yeah, top man. Hope you're doing well, Bruno. Appreciate the support.
All right, bro. I'm gonna head off. So I'm just gonna head off so I can set up this stream, because I can hear my wife waking up as well. But bro, here we are again. It's April 17, and we're still here on all three fronts. I know it's stressful, but guys, where would you rather be? Where would you rather be if you're not still at the party having a good time? Ain't nobody wants to go home yet. It's early.
I'm getting too old for this, man.
Me too, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. All good. Love you, brother. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you for coming through, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, what a guy. Let's finish up, guys. Let's finish up. Yeah, no, Chris, definitely not. You got, if you know me on this channel, I was actually very looking forward to Zielinski. I was really happy when we signed him, but obviously it's this injury, we can't control it. But that's the funny thing as well. Zielinski he had an almost clean injury history record. When I did my scout report with Dom from Napoli Talk, he told us, like, this guy never gets injured, barely ever gets injured. As soon as he comes to Inter, I think in pre-season or like 1 weekend just before the start of the season, gets injured. So his start of the season gets a bit delayed. And then now he gets this massive 1.5 month injury. So that definitely hasn't helped. Can't rule him out. But it just he doesn't look like he's come with the like, he doesn't seem like he's like angry or like he wants to take that spot from Mkhitaryan. He's kind of like, oh yeah, sometimes Mickey plays, sometimes I play, it's okay, like, I'm here, I'll earn my, as Anthony said, his nice bumped up salary compared to what he was earning at Napoli, competing on multiple fronts like he's never done before, so he's happy. But especially after winning a Scudetto, we needed like a bit more of a injection of energy from the substitutes or the newcomers, like Taremi as well. Taremi, who came on today, by the way, and I saw everyone on Twitter was like, why is he bringing on Taremi? Why? And I was surprised as well. I mean, Arnautovic has been in such a good form, and I feel he deserves even just to come on. But I guess Taremi, one thing Taremi does do is the cardio. The cardio session from Taremi is always top notch, even though he's coming back from injury. Whereas from Arnautovic, sometimes he can be a little bit lazy and he's not like a runner type to bring on as a substitute. So maybe I can understand it. And also we held on with with the trio, or like, yeah, this trio of death, maybe, of like, you know, these substitutions that we don't like. I know Gabriel, so he gave Inzaghi a 6 out of 10 because of the substitution. But to be honest, Gabri, like, again, did you see the guys? They were absolutely knackered out there. Bastoni was, you know, down with the cramps. First, he asked for the change, and then he changed his mind. So there's not really too much Inzaghi could do. You know, Lautaro had to come off. I thought Thuram, I would have probably took Thuram off as well because he looked absolutely finished. And one of Mkhitaryan and Barella had to come off. And today, let's be honest, Mkhitaryan was better than Barella. Barella wasn't as good, for sure. Arnautovic got a yellow on the bench. Well, I mean, he brings Acerbi on when he's got a yellow off the bench. So that shouldn't be Barea. Acerbi is like the other Mkhitaryan of this team. The two boys that doesn't matter what happens, Inzaghi will trust them over anyone else. Yeah, no, I understand. As I said, always when I talk through these decisions with you guys when I'm live, I start to make sense of Inzaghi's decisions sometimes. Whereas, like, in the moment, I'm like, what's he doing? Who else? Hakan, yeah, I think he had a decent game. Tried a couple. He had one decent attempt. I remember. Where is it? From the edge of the box here, but he didn't really get much curl on it. And of course, he got the assist for Benji Pavard's goal. Lovely corner, lovely out swinging corner. But apart from that, this is a very low pass percentage for Hakan. This is probably the lowest I've ever seen it for Hakan, 68%. And very low involvement, only 34 attempts. That's very, very low. That shows you the type of game Inter had today. After the first 20-30 minutes, I think Inter had a decent first 20-30 minutes where we kind of controlled the game in some phases. After that, it was not a very good first half, to be honest. And yeah, the midfield suffered. Barella didn't play great. Neither did Hakan too much. But in the end, he made some crucial interceptions and tackles. And of course, got that all-important assist. Lucky for them, ice cold Tuku is not available 100%. Also big that this is very, very big, guys. Very, very big. There were, I always forget the list, but I think it was like Barella, Bastoni, Mkhitaryan, Lautaro. Maybe I'm missing someone else, but those are the big players that if they got a yellow card today, they would have missed the first leg against Barcelona. And we finished the game with only Di Marco on a yellow, and apparently, as you guys said, Arnautovic got a yellow on the bench. I didn't see that one. That's hilarious. So that's great. That's massive. That's massive. That's almost as big as the win, because going into the Barca game by missing, if you miss Barella, that's massive. You're gifting the midfield, basically. You're going to start, Zielinski coming back off injury, Fratesi against Barca, bro, you're just gifting extra player to them. Lautaro, the way Lautaro's playing right now, yeah, you can't. So really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, bro, I always try to be objective. You guys know I love Barella, but, I have very high standards for Barella as well. Thuram should have been subbed off instead of Martinez. Yeah, but, Lautaro, I don't know if you saw Raven Beast, he put his socks down. With Lautaro, when Lautaro puts his socks down, it's not because he's trying to, do Francesco Totti or Riquelme vibes. It's because that's when he's tired, and he had his socks down. I think it was already like the 55th minute. I think I noticed him having his socks down, the 60th minute. And Thuram did it soon after that as well. But Lautaro, just you saw him since the Conte days. Like, he's always, I don't know if it's his body composition, his body type, or his fitness levels. Like, he's definitely more likely to be subbed off by all the coaches. Whereas, Thuram, longer legs, yes, tired, but I guess he's more conducive to just being able to survive for slightly longer periods. Mickey was bad as well. Lima, Eftimo. Yeah, we did struggle really, really bad on those underlaps. But it wasn't just Mkhitaryan, like, those underlaps. I think definitely a few times, maybe it was Mkhitaryan that should have been covering there. But it's a group effort on that side. someone has to absorb those runs. Maybe it is Mkhitaryan, yes. Did he get dribbled 3 times? Yeah, maybe he did as well. But again, we lost the midfield battle. I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm not really saving anyone from the midfield. We definitely lost the midfield battle. Yeah, dribble past 3 times, but at the same time, he was still the one making more recoveries, more. He had definitely a lot more involvement in good things than Barella did today. And a couple of decent counterattack was started from Mkhitaryan as well. But yeah, we did really struggle with Lima. He kept coming into these areas, you know, making these runs behind Bastoni and Acerbi, and couple of times they could have punished us. They really could have punished us. Let's make it a quintuple with you getting over 11k. Yeah, we are close to 11k, guys. So if you know some new Inter fans that maybe don't know about this channel or are looking for a YouTube channel to watch for Inter content, make sure that you share the channel with them. I would appreciate that. Or on Reddit, on the FC Inter Milan Reddit subreddit, if you can share my videos on there sometimes, I would appreciate it. Yeah, anything to share the word, I would appreciate that. Even if you don't, it's fine. But you know, we're getting close to, when we get close to these big milestones for the channel, I do start to do a bit of, you know, begging and retweeting and posting around on Twitter and everywhere, just to push the channel to get to there. Lauti getting his dog bitten moment early this season might be the solution of winning trophies this season. Yeah, I mean, this might be the most two-faced season Lautaro's ever had. Like, first half of the season, I think it was quite easily his worst ever season at Inter. And then now, second half of the season, he might be almost on par with last season, where it was definitely his best season at Inter. Like, it's a very 50-50 season from Lautaro. But if it takes him, you know, it's taken him so long to get into this thing, I'm so happy that he has now got into the swing of things. Right, but the thing that annoys me, it seems like we can't get them both, Thuram and Lautaro, firing at the same time. You know, at the start of the season, it was Thuram carrying us, and now it's Lautaro carrying us. It's like, please, can we have both of them firing at the same time? And the same thing with the wing backs. Di Marco was maybe player of the season until December. And then since December, January, early February, it was Denzel. But we didn't, Di Marco fell off the face of the earth. So it's like, it seems like this team this year, that's why we can't seem to be getting into our swing of things, or we keep being in like fourth gear max, probably. Maybe, you know, that Lazio game, we got into like 5th gear, but it seems like we keep getting through games within 3rd, 4th gear max, especially in Serie A, maybe in the 3rd gear at times. If some of these players click, you know, at the same time, we would hit that 5th, 6th gear, and then we can go into, you know, overdrive and just kill teams. And I can see it. I'm not afraid of any team, especially now that Real Madrid are out. Like, are you scared of PSG? I mean, yeah, they're playing really good football. Maybe they're playing the best football in Europe right now. But are you scared of them? No. Man to man, are you scared of PSG? I'm not scared of PSG. Barcelona, maybe you could say also they are playing the best football in Europe right now in their super high line and super high press, Hansi Flick style of football with Lamau, Lewandowski, Rafinha, all potential Ballon d'Or contenders, Pedri. But do they scare me man for man? No. And, you know, recent history against Barcelona as well, similar to Bayern. We have good opportunities, good chances against these guys. I do not fear any of these teams left now, for sure. And I mean, even the team that I did fear, Real Madrid, turns out there's not too much to fear there either, is there? So I think this team on its day can go head-to-head with anyone, but it's just, you saw at the end of this game, like, the energy levels, they were just knackered. They were so knackered. And yeah, this Bologna fixtures is true, Indra. It always comes at the worst times. When is the Denzel vacation over? Yeah, we need Denzel back ASAP. He was supposed to be back for the first leg initially, but then they said definitely not until the second leg. I hope at least he's going to be back in full training before the Bologna game, and maybe for the maybe the Theo Denzel derby face-off, the annual Theo versus Denzel match. That would be great. Yeah, I miss Denzel too, man. Always miss Denzel. Yeah, with Lautaro, even when he's not playing well, one thing you can never, ever, ever, ever discard with Lautaro is his hard work, his grinta. Never. Always puts his heart on the sleeve, and that's why he's the capitano of this team. Not ready to watch us line against Bologna. Hey, man, Misto, guys, we need every player in this team. You saw as a, like, I don't want to sound like a broken record. These guys were absolutely finished out there. The second stringers, they need to step up against Bologna. Inzaghi might not have a choice and continue to play some of the starters, but the likes of Frattesi, Zalewski, maybe Aslani, De Vrij for sure coming in, Augusto, like all these guys are going to have to step up. Arnautovic is going to continue having to step up. That's the only way right now. We need every single player, even if the ones that we don't trust, we don't have a choice, guys. Look at that. In terms of average position today, it almost was a 4 at the back because the Darmian was basically not going up at all. Look at his heat map, mainly concentrated here, whereas Di Marco was a lot more involved. It was almost like we were playing a 4-4-2, almost like a 4-4-2 diamond there, isn't it? Yeah, or a 4-4-1-1 with the Thuram coming in to pick up the ball and Lautaro going a bit more behind. Yeah, actually, it's not the defensive line is not as deep as you'd think it is. In terms of the amount of defending we did at the end. The actual defensive height, the line of the defensive line wasn't that high, wasn't that low. Yeah, look at that look at Bayern's defensive line height and ours. It's only a little bit higher than ours. And yeah, Lima, these runs here, these were the ones giving us a headache all game. Really, really big pain in the cooler. Stanisic was much better this game as well. He was basically a non-factor last time round. He was giving us some problems as well, inverting. And then Muller a couple of times also gave us some headache. I think we managed Olise much better this time round. We reduced Olise's influence into the game. And Kane, you saw, yeah, trying to almost play as a false 9 at times. We did very well with Sane. That's, yeah, definitely Darmian and Pavard did well to keep him quiet. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, technically they're going to say Acerbi didn't pocket Kane because Kane scored, but you guys know what I said last time. I don't think Acerbi pocketed Kane last time either because Kane should have scored last time. And it doesn't really work like that. Kane's a lot more mobile. When it's like someone like Haaland or Lukaku, where they just stay in a certain area and Acerbi's just on them, I agree, but Kane moves around a lot more than a lot of these other strikers. So Acerbi can't really pocket someone like Kane because he's moving all over the place. But yeah, they're going to say today he didn't pocket. Last time they said he pocketed him because he didn't score. This time they're going to say he didn't pocket him because he scored, but that's just, how football discourse works these days, I guess. If we win something important, who would have had a better season? Well, it depends what we win, isn't it, Hamdan? If we win Serie A, probably Marcus. If we win Champions League, then it's Lauti. Hey, Sophia's in the house as well. Make sure you guys check her out. She's a Man United and Inter fan. Unfortunately for her, the Man United one. But make sure you check her out. I think she's on the road to, is it 5K subs or 6K subs? Yeah, make sure you check her out. Not scared. We already lost the UCL final already. Not going to lose it twice. Yeah, I think that's the mentality that the players are thinking about. Yeah, Gabri, like, I don't like it when people focus too much on Mkhitaryan, the negative side of Mkhitaryan. When it's Barella, it's like, oh, poor little Barella giving the ball away 50 times. But when it's Mkhitaryan, like, oh, old man, Mkhitaryan, what are you doing? Go back and rewatch the game. Mkhitaryan was an absolute dog out there. He was fighting for the shirt more than the other players out there today. I'm not going to criticize Mickey today. Yes, he definitely could have done a lot better, but I think his performance deserves praise today, not criticism. We have to rotate and live and die by 100%, Freddie. 100%. Is man still laying on Lautaro? Well, we'll have to find out. I'm going to go and watch his watch along for sure, Mo. But, you know, honestly, I'm not a Lautaro hater, but I've criticized Lautaro for Champions League performances in the past. And especially this year, I've said, you know, I wanted to see Lautaro step up in the Champions League, and he has. He 100% has. I have nothing to say to Lautaro this year in terms of Champions League. He is stepping up big time. And yeah, he's the all-time top scorer in the Champions League now for Inter, and he is he's got the record for the most goals in a row in the Champions League as well. So he's breaking Champions League records this season. I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, you know me, Nick Snox. I do not care about that Coppa Italia. The only reason we care about it is because we don't want to gift Milan another trophy. You know, we don't want to let them have another trophy in a season that should be banter era for them, pretty much. That's the only reason that's keeping me alive, and I'm sure it's keeping these players alive into this. Otherwise, I have zero Fs to give about this Coppa Italia. Full focus. As I said, I think this team is made for 2 competitions, not 3, not 4. Well, the Club World Cup, you know, comes later, so that doesn't really count. But I don't think this team can fight on 3 fronts. That's too much, I think. 2, perfect. This team in 2 competitions, and we've seen it. First 2 seasons of Inzaghi, 2 trophies, and last season 1 trophy. Trying to compete on 3, this old guys, they're going to struggle. They're going to really struggle. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it from me. SofaScore also gave man of the match to Lautaro, so I am happy to give it to Lautaro. So happy that Lautaro got another epic goal, epic celebration moment on us. I want to tattoo this on me. Obviously, I won't. I'm not a tattoo guy, but if I was going to get a tattoo, this might be it, especially if we win the Champions League. And I'm so happy for Benji Pavard as well, who celebrated like he never played for Bayern. Yeah. I was surprised, to be honest, because I didn't think he left on bad terms, but maybe there's something we don't know about in the way they left Bayern. And I forgive Benji Pavard finally for dabbing on us a few years back when he scored against us. I finally forgive him now. He's got that goal against them. It's more impressive that we could pull off a tie like this without playing our best in 2 games. Yeah, in a way, I think I would say we played better. I mean, obviously we won last. Not necessarily, actually, but we did play better away at the Allianz than we did today at home, regardless of the result. Even if we drew that game at the Allianz, I would have said we played better. Yeah. And closing comments as well, guys. Out of all the 8 teams that were left in this competition, now, of course, there's 4 teams, but out of the 8 teams that were left, we are the team that had the least amount of money spent in transfers, least wage budget, and we're here. It doesn't matter. Every year, pretty much, we are fighting above what is supposed to be our financial constraints and our budgets, and that is thanks to our management. As much as sometimes I see a lot of people criticizing them, the results speak for themselves. Every year, we are fighting. If we don't win the Scudetto every year, at least we're fighting for it every year. We don't fall off to 10th place or 9th place like some teams do. Every year we win trophies, and every year we are in the latter stages of the Champions League. And that is thanks to management, but of course, Simone Inzaghi. What a blessing he has been for us, Simone Inzaghi. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. I need to go now. It is late, and this match has drained me of all energy. Will I be able to sleep? Will you be able to sleep? Probably not. But I will see you for another preview. Bologna. Is it going to be another cursed Bologna game? We'll see, guys. But I'll see you for that. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the donations today, guys. You guys really came through. But yes, the MVP was Lucas. Really appreciate you, my bro. Ciao ragazzi, always, Forza Inter. See you in the semi-finals. See you Barcelona.